Over 280,000 followers, consistent 20K months, and working with some of the biggest brands in the world like Amazon, Salesforce, and GoDaddy. That's just a couple of the benefits I've got from growing my personal brand on Instagram. And with all the new algorithm changes coming from the Instagram CEO, Adam Mosseri, it's never been easier to grow as a brand new page on Instagram from zero. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can grow a following of 10,000 followers in the next 6 months and start making money with your personal brand on Instagram as quickly as possible. But why should you even start making content on Instagram and care about your personal brand? Well, there are 3 main benefits on Instagram that most people aren't even talking about. Number 1 is with the rise of short form popularity and the imminent shutdown of TikTok, people are coming over to Instagram every single day. There are currently 2.4 billion monthly active users on Instagram. That's nearly 1/4 of the world. So your target audience is on Instagram. Number 2 is the ability to repackage your content. Your reels can turn into stories and carousels. They could be just a static image, or they could even turn into written content, because once you've got the script for the reel, you can take that same exact content and turn it into a newsletter, a tweet, a thread, or a LinkedIn post. Every single platform is really pushing short form content right now. YouTube just allowed shorts to be up to 3 minutes long, and LinkedIn just added a vertical video feed in the app. But the third one is by far the most slept on. Instagram has the best setup for automation and messaging, so you can have a genuine interaction with people in the DMs. I'm going to talk about this a little bit further on in the video, but there's a tool called ManyChat that's going to make your life 100 times easier as a creator, and I've personally used it to grow my email list over 13,000 people. But how do you actually grow on Instagram? And better yet, how do you get to that glorious 10,000 follower mark? After posting over 1,500 videos in the last 3 years and helping over 100 creators grow like crazy, I've broken it down to a simple 7-step framework that you can follow. I've charged my clients thousands for this, but I'm going to give it to you for free in the next 10 minutes. Number 1 is optimizing your profile. Before you post another video, we want to make sure that you look legit. Because if someone actually likes your video, but then they click on your page, you've got a blurry profile picture, no clear messaging around what you do, and a weird username, they're going to click off and not follow. First off, you should have a clear profile picture, and if you want to put a color behind it inside of Canva, that will make your face pop even more. Make sure that your username is recognizable. It shouldn't be noobmaster1234. It should probably just be your name. You can also add a nickname on Instagram, and this is where you want to put a couple different keywords like I have on my profile. And then I like a simple 3-line bio setup. I personally have my email in my bio so brands can reach out to me for sponsored videos, but otherwise you should set it up like this. Line number 1 is what you do. For me, this says I help creators and coaches scale their business. Line number 2 is social proof. This is where you can talk about how many views you've generated, the amount of clients you've worked with, or the amount of revenue that you've generated. And then line number 3 is a call to action. This can be to DM you a keyword. For me, I'm personally pointing people to my free masterclass that I'm running right now. And then when it comes to your link in bio, you want 2 links at most, but I would suggest focusing on 1 key link, whether that's a freebie or people signing up for your newsletter. Number 2 is the content strategy. This is where we use the GAP framework. GAP stands for growth, authority, and personal content. Initially, this is going to be a lot of growth content, and that's because we want to get eyeballs on your content. We want you to start to average a couple thousand views per video, so then we can start making more authority and personal content. Growth content typically looks like breaking news or listicles, or you could be doing a case study or review of somebody really popular in your niche like Alex Hormozy or Sam Solik. Authority content is where we can talk about the results we've gotten for ourselves. We can also go into client testimonials that we have, and most importantly, we can have case studies here where we really dive deep into the results we've gotten for our clients. I like to have at least 1 authority piece of content pinned to my profile, so when people are coming to my profile and looking through my stuff, that's one of the first things they see is, oh, Clark's actually gotten results for other people, not just himself. The final piece of the puzzle is the personal content, and you're not going to do a lot of this at the beginning. Once you start to grow your following and once you have that authority, that's when people will start to actually care more about the personal side of you. It's like Gary Vee talking about the Jets. He can get a ton of likes and a ton of engagement on that because people care about what Gary Vee thinks in general. But if you were to post about the Jets, you're going to get 1 or 2 likes and no one's going to interact with it. Step number 3 is posting consistently. Now I can already hear you grumbling because this is really boring advice, but it is going to pay off in the long run. I'm not the best creator in the world, but because I've posted 1,500 times in the last 3 years and I've missed less than 10 days in the last 3 years combined, that's the reason I've been able to outpace the competition and been able to make this a full-time job for me. None of the other stuff that I'm talking about in this video is going to matter if you only do it for 1 to 2 weeks and expect to go viral and pop off right then and there. This is going to be a long-term process, especially if you want to make this a career. So stop thinking about it in days and weeks and start thinking about this in months and years. For me, Posting a video on Instagram is like brushing my teeth. It's just something I do every single day. And just so you don't have an excuse, here's a 7-day content planner that you can follow and post on repeat for the next 7 days to make sure you're consistent with it. Number 4 is stealing like an artist. When you're first starting out with content, you don't really know what works because you haven't done it before. So go find 5 to 10 creators in your niche and see what they're doing and see what their best performing videos look like. Then you can go back and make your own spin on these videos. So if you've made $1,000 online and Alex Hormozi has a video about how he made $1 million online, you can go make a video in the same style, but make it applicable to how you made $1,000 online. The reason we're doing this is because we want to start to get a bunch of viral videos in front of us so we can start to come up with ideas on our own for the future. Because after you've looked at 100 viral videos and written down the hooks, you've written down the CTAs, you've taken notes on them, you will automatically start to think about those videos when you go to make your next video. This is the main reason that all my clients get access to the viral video vault, where I've got over 400 videos that's already gotten the CTA, the hooks, and notes written down for them. So they can go to that anytime they need inspiration or they want to look for a different hook style that they want to use for their videos. I personally suggest doing about an hour per week of research in this, finding 15 to 20 videos, and then keeping them either in a Notion doc, an iPhone note, or like I talked about with the viral video vault. And I want to make sure you understand you're not just copying these videos. You're taking these so you can start to learn the formats and the style of these videos to turn it into your own unique style. All of that leads into number 5, which is finding your format. You need to find a format that you can do consistently and you actually enjoy filming. For me, I do a lot of talking head videos and then I do some split screens in there because it's really easy for me to do with my desk setup and I know I can just sit down, turn the camera on and get to work. As you're researching the videos from step 4, you will start to see different styles and you'll start to think about, oh, I could do that, or oh, I would like to do that. And it's really important that you actually pick a style that you can do consistently. Because even if you enjoy doing it every once in a while, if it's going to lead to burnout in the long run, then we don't want to do that type of content for our main style. This is exactly how you're going to start to come up with your own unique format. You'll have a different font style than one creator. You might do split screen in a different way. You might have a different setting than me and you'll be filming outside for all of your videos. As you start to look at what others are doing and experimenting on it with your own and seeing what you enjoy the most, that's when you come up with your own unique style. Once you know this style, you can start to make your life a lot easier with different electronic tools. I've got a bunch of different smart plugs set up for this office, so I can say one command word and all of my lights will turn on, and all I need to do is click the record button and I'm good to go. But you can't do that if you're not sticking with a consistent style of video and you're always switching around. And that's just one more thing that will lead to you coming up with an excuse for why you can't make content consistently. Number 6 is hacking the algorithm. To do that, you need to actually understand how the algorithm works. So when you post a video, it's tested by a batch of non-followers and followers. If non-followers engage or watch the video for a long time, then it will get pushed to even more non-followers. The 2 main factors that the algorithm considers with these non-followers is watch time and engagement. Watch time is how long the person is watching the video, do they watch it multiple times, and what's the total watch length. This one is super key for platforms because the longer you're watching videos, the more time you're on the platform, the more ads they can show you. Number 2 is engagement. This can be likes, which is the least important, comments, shares, and saves. Instagram has come out recently and said that shares is the most important metric because they want you to be creating content that you are going to share with your friends and family. As you're thinking about making content, you want to make sure that this content is easily watchable all the way through. So you might want to have an engaging element on the screen while you're teaching somebody educational content. That style is called Pope in the Pool. You also want this content to actually be shareable. So before you record a video, think to yourself, would I send this to a friend or family if I saw it on my timeline? And the third way you can go about increasing your engagement is with ManyChat, which leads us into point number 7. ManyChat is by far the most powerful social media tool I have ever used in my 4 years of making content. I've collected over 13,000 leads, started 60,000 conversations, and been able to automate a lot of DMs and link sending with this tool. If you've ever seen a video where somebody tells you to comment the word guide and you'll get their free guide, once you comment the word, you get the link like almost immediately. They are using ManyChat to do this. ManyChat allows you to automatically send direct links or messages so you don't have to bank on the fact that somebody watches your video, clicks on your profile, clicks on your link in bio, and then finally clicks the right link. You just send it right to them. This allows you to grow your email list more effectively. Something I've been using it for recently is to get a more personal engagement with my audience. So I'll actually have them comment a keyword, it will tag them in the system, and then I will go follow up with them on a one-on-one basis so I can start to talk to them and see what their exact problems are and see if we might be a good fit. This starts at only $15 a month, and I've literally made tens of thousands of dollars from this one tool, so the ROI is a no-brainer in my mind. So that's the 7 different steps you can go through to start growing your following to 10,000 followers in the next 6 months. So if you want to build a personal brand on Instagram and make money with social media, I've created a program that walks through everything I've done in the last 3 years so you can grow faster than I did. If you're interested in that, it's the first link in the description. Otherwise, I appreciate you watching all the way through the end. Make sure you like and subscribe for more videos like this.